Hello and welcome to Ashley Curtis Alexander Body and Mind Training. Today, the subject I'm going to tackle is forgiveness, the art of forgiveness. Now, depending on the situation, that can be very difficult for some people to forgive. But I'm going to tell you why it is great in terms of taking control over a situation, and it is better for your mental well-being as well. And sort of goes hand in hand with the cause and effect equation, because it is another form of taking control. So I explained something quite personal in July 2018. I had suddenly lost my brother to a motorbike accident, and I went back to London from Spain and stayed there for a couple of months, really, just to be there with family. And of course, that was hugely devastating event that happened, and was obviously a very emotional time for me. Now, you'd think that something like that would bring people, together, and sort of bring an atmosphere of support. And yes, that happened in many respects. However, it didn't in other ways, and in fact, there was a lot of animosity and problems with extended members of the extended family, for example. So what happened was, some of our extended family wanted to dictate more or less how the funeral arrangements would go, who should be speaking at the funeral, who should be carrying the coffin, who should be there and not be there. There was even a guest threatened not to come. I had unfortunately had arguments with them, and was sort of verbally abused by them at a time when you're at your lowest, really. So one lesson in life is that sometimes people can be there in a very supportive and uplifting way, but some can behave like vultures, really, and really strike at you when you're at your lowest point. So in that respect, it's really important how you respond. Now, I chose not to get angry. I needed to be strong, not only for myself, but for my parents and my other siblings and immediate family. But it was a very emotional time. Now, after all that happened, and the crazy shenanigans that were going on, and the abusive nature of it, really, that's what was really sad, was the sort of abusive nature of it. I could have been angry, I could have been bitter, I could have had so many different emotions which would be negative and really will just hold me back, because when you're angry, you don't think with any clarity. So I deliberately chose not to be, and I deliberately chose to actually just forgive them. And you know what? It just released any chance of any creeping bad feeling, or any bad feelings that were stored within, sort of manifesting themselves in a reaction. So that was my choice, to actually readily forgive. And the reason I'm talking about it is it's because it's such a positive factor for any situation in life, whether it's professional, personal, it could be a relationship, it could be a family matter, because someone might wrong you in some way. And what I find people's natural reaction is that they would demand an apology. However, you need to understand that sometimes that apology won't come, or that person doesn't feel that they've wronged you. And then again, you're at the effect side of the equation, because you're waiting for someone to address your feelings. Whereas actually, if you just readily forgive, you've taken that control in your hands. Because you've just released that. You said, okay, look, this is what you had done. This is how I felt about it. This is why I felt about it, and I forgive you. That's it. It's dealt with. It's gone, and you can move on and not hold negative feelings inside, which is going to do you no good whatsoever. So I know that can be a challenge, but understand that really forgiveness is one of the most loving things you can do for yourself. And just remember that you're just doing it for yourself. You're not doing it for the other person. You're doing it for yourself to enable you to process that feeling and then move on. So try to exercise forgiveness is my tip of the day. Take control over that, and you'll find that emotionally you become a much stronger person and can deal with unsavory events in a much more positive and pragmatic way. So I hope you gain something from that, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you.